Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
No.
Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where if you were black, you were not allowed to go into certain places, right? I suppose you could say again, and I guess that wouldn't be white privilege. You would call that Nordic privilege in the progressive era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different. That is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country and in other countries as well. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
Wait, is that Irish? When was that? I mean, I heard rumors of that happening, but I never checked like the actual facts of it actually happening. You guys let me know in the comments, man. Is she right about that? But the Irish? Let me know in the comments.
When did it end?
Over time, beginning with the civil rights era, it's not a particular incident or moment, but multi-generations, the country became significantly less racist. I would say after Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after, when we had desegregation, fought the Democrat institutional racism, we fought back against the KKK, when the Civil Rights Act was signed, when blacks were allowed to participate in Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, serve an elected office, all those things, contributed to the end of what used to be privilege in society, white privilege.
Wow, he's speaking straight fast. That's when the Civil War and all that had actually happened. Compared to how when you hear people talk about how it was back then and like in the way back then, compared to how it is now, we actually moved ahead. We moved forward. Being black back then, you pretty much had no privilege. You couldn't, like I said, you had to be in the back of the bus. You couldn't drink out of the same fountains. It was rough. It was rough compared to what we got now. Well, you could just go anywhere. It's very rarely you bump into somebody that's racist. That's like 1 out of like 500. I think that's a good ratio.
You said less racist. Is it still somewhat racist?
No, do you just have questions? I think.
No, you said you wanted a dialogue. We're having
Oh,
a
okay.
conversation.
No.
It's the least racist country in the world.
No, America is not a racist country today.
Is it still racist? So
No.
when did it end?
There's certain.
You can't answer that.
Oh, I think I know where he's going with that. He's pretty much saying is there actually no racists at all? Yes, they are. There always will be those who grow up and family races. They seem to pass it down to generations and generations. But it's not like how it was. Like, it's very rare that you bump. Like, I can't tell when last I bumped into somebody that's racist. I live in New York. It's very diverse, but I've worked in white neighborhoods before where it's prominently like about 95% white. And they were the nicest people ever. I think in the years that I've worked there, I think I worked there for like 13 years. And I think I probably bumped into like maybe 2 racists in 13 years, 2 in a white neighborhood. I think that's pretty good. So it's not as bad. You would encounter them here and there, but it's not like it used to be back then. It's nowhere close to it.
The question.
It ended when it ended.
I just did.
Okay,
No, you didn't. You said
I
less
will
racist.
answer. I'll answer.
when
I'm
did it
answering
end?
you.
Thank you.
When it stopped being systemic, when there stopped being laws in
Yes.
place that stopped
That's
me
a
as
great
a black person doing what you're able to do as a white man.
No, I'm not asking that. Systemic racism is not simply that issue.
Yes, you just asked
about
me to
the
define when it stopped being, when this
What about
country
what?
stopped being racist. That's the answer.
When?
That I can't give you the exact date and time and hour. I'm telling you
Give
when.
me the decade.
What do you mean?
Mid-1970s.
Yeah,
Mid-1970s.
yeah.
So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
Because
to their population.
they committed more crimes.
They
Yeah,
committed
well,
more,
yeah.
As to why? Why did they commit more crimes?
Because
they
we
were
ripped
black,
apart the
or was it
family.
Because of
It's
their
not-
economic situation. I'm
absolute-
not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why don't wait? Come.
Bro. Why, first of all, why you cursing? You see, you already getting triggered already. Like, you know what he's trying to do. That's why I hate this on the left side. They get on my nerve. My boy, why you getting bad? You're having a debate. There's no need for the cursing and it. Yeah, he's about to snap. He can't handle the pressure. He can't handle the pressure. What you want, the exact date time? What you want, the weather? You want the wind? The miles per hour, the winds was that day too? Like, come on, man.
Their economic situation.
It's
I'm
absolute-
not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why are liberals so angry? I can't figure out why you're
I
angry.
just
Why
said
are you
that.
I'm
angry
not a
right
liberal,
now?
so stop assuming my political
Okay, but you
affiliation.
just
Not a
came out of
conservative.
nowhere and just start cursing.
No, you
I think
invited me up here, raised my
I
hand,
know,
and
but
you
I'm
said,
saying
"Please
you
come
just
up
turned
here."
around and
No,
you're
stop
cursing
trying
at
to change
someone.
the-
Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
I'm perfectly calm. I can
Nobody,
curse
you don't
while
have
being
to.
I'm perfectly calm, but you just curse somebody out over there. How are you calm when you cursing somebody out? I swear, the left is crazy. How are you calm, sir? That's not being calm. So you get very hostile, if you ask me.
Around and you're
stop
cursing
trying
at
to change
someone.
the-
Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
perfectly calm. I can
Nobody,
curse
you
while
don't have
being
to turn
calm.
around and curse
No, you're
anyone
not
behind
calm.
you.
I can't.
You're okay.
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No, but I'm saying that it's not necessary to have this dialogue for you to
Necessary.
turn around and be angry. I do always remark, and I am going to suspect that you are liberal because right now you're trying to sell me
I'm
my
not
own.
liberal.
You're
I
selling me
just
my own
said it.
oppression, so that's a very liberal
I'm not
stance.
liberal.
Usually, when a white man stands up and tells me that yes, this is a racist country and is oppressed, they do tend to be liberal. Only liberals try
Get
to
him,
sell me
girl.
my
But
oppression.
I'm not.
But okay, I'm not going to assume your
Thanks.
political ideology. So here's
I do.
here. I mean, to answer your question for me, when the system stops being racist and there's nothing stopping us, and you brought up the prison rates, and you said something that was actually really important. You said it's because their communities have been economically depressed. So that would not be because of the color of your skin. That's economic privilege. If you ask me whether or not I believe in economic privilege, I would tell you yes. If you ask me whether or not I think that somebody born into a family of billionaires will be afforded more privileges in life than somebody that is born in the projects of Chicago, I would say yes, because economic privilege in this country does exist. But there is no law in place that is stopping a person because of the color of their skin from gaining that economic privilege, which is why I do not believe that white privilege, which is based upon the color of your skin, exists.
Is black
Get him, girl. That's what I love about Candace. Candace don't break you down. Candace don't play around, bro. For real. There's nothing stopping you. You're the one that's stopping yourself. If you keep thinking that way, that you're being oppressed, you're the one that's stopping yourself. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't accomplish in life. Like, I was always working. I was always a worker, right? But then my boss knew I was a hard worker. Well, yes, he's white. But he knew I was a hard worker. But he also came from a family that's kind of like racist. I mean, he's a cool dude. Don't get me wrong, but you could tell he was a little, you know what I'm saying. But he knew I was one of the hardest worker, always there when he need me, always coming if I'm there, if I need call that Kendel, somebody call it, I would be there. So he always tried to keep me under his wing and didn't let me expand like that to another level that he knew I was capable of. I had to come out of that. I said, you know what? Enough. So I went to the owner himself and I told him I'm leaving. He said, whoa. He said, Kendel, no, you want the hardest work I have. Is there anything we could try to work out? I was like, I don't think so. I think I have had enough, and I think that's it. He said, you know what? Let me talk. He wanted to talk to his boss. Then he came back to me and told me, all right, we got an opportunity for you. We'd like to offer you a manager position. I was like, what? He said, you could think about it. Take as much time as you need. It's waiting for you. I don't want you to leave the company. You're a hardworking young man, and you deserve this. So you see, and he's white. He was white as they could get, but he knew I was a hard worker. He didn't want to lose a hard worker, so he gave me that opportunity, and I took it, and it made my life a lot better. I'm making way more money than I was making being a regular worker. I'm a manager. Well, I would say kind of successful, because I make a decent amount of money, but nobody's stopping you. You don't want to stop yourself. Just like Candace said. So when I say about that racist and being oppressed, no, we're not being oppressed. You're oppressing yourself, man. Because back then, you think it would have been that easy for me to get that? He would have been like, I could get. He probably might have told me I could get another one of you, Kendel. Free. There goes the door. But no, he didn't do that.
poverty and white poverty different? Do
No.
they face different?
No, poor is poor.
That's a lie. White people are more likely to be in rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty.
That's because
in
black
close-knit-
people don't live in rural parts of America.
What?
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
Why? Historically, why? Why did black people flock?
Because of Lyndon
to
Baines
urban-
Johnson, urban planning, central planning, great society, where he said, we are going to verticalize the black community, destroy the black father, introduce drugs in the late 1960s, subsidize single motherhood, which used to be 22% in the 1960s, which is now 73%. Only a government program could make something like that happen.
Did it have anything to do with the lynchings in the South and the hostility towards black people in the South?
Well, first off, you say
is there any reason
you're
why they left the South
just
for that
just so
reason?
everybody
Is that-
knows, literally not half, but 1/3 of the people that were lynched in the South were white Republicans. So Republicans were being lynched in the South as well. So let's not pretend that
okay, that's
if
fine,
your
but that's
argument,
not-
if you're
that's not
asking
addressing
me,
my
it
point.
seems
You're
like
just- that's a what about
it
argument.
seems
You
like
just
you're
addressed something else.
no, I just responded.
Does
You
it
said
have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of
answered
the
that
country
question for you.
have anything to no, I said does it have anything to do with the KKK
Very little to nothing.
lynchings
Yes.
and violence in the South that black people faced?
So what it has to do with is the fact that black people continue.
Answer my question.
No,
Very little to
Does
nothing.
it? Yes or no?
Very
You're
little.
not allowing
Answer.
me to listen. You're not going to be like you're not my boss.
You
So
guys
don't
do the
tell me.
same shit.
Don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question.
over there with
Okay,
you shutting people down.
nobody's.
He does say you guys are the same shit. He does say he's not getting hostile. Isn't that how the left always act? Yeah, he's just trying to find. He's nitpicky. He's trying to find a needle in a haystack. He just can't simply take an answer.
Not my boss.
You
So
guys
don't
do the
tell me.
same shit.
Don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question.
over there with
Okay,
you shutting people down.
nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm going to answer your
trying to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're not
trying to
going to
have an
cut. You're not going to cut
honest
me off.
conversation.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
I'm
So
trying to have an honest
why don't you
conversation,
stop?
which you
Why
guys
don't you
do
stop
not want to.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second? Okay.
Candace, get him, girl. Right. All the questions you can do, black this and black that. Why don't you let the black woman speak? Huh? Candace, shut that. This is what I love about Candace. Candace will shut it down. She will shut it down. You had the chairs in the back. Candace, get him, girl.
Exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second. Okay.
No, this has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
so to answer your question,
So white privilege
everything
exists.
that you're
Wait,
talking
wait,
about,
wait, wait,
no,
wait.
I said invisible white privilege.
does it exist
I
then?
said invisible white privilege. If you listen,
Of course it's
okay?
invisible.
So
White
first
privilege is
things
not a
first,
tangible
white
thing.
privilege does not exist. Economic privilege does exist. Okay. If you're asking me, do I think the black community has been crippled economically? The answer would be yes. It has been crippled economically by Democrat policies. You just heard
Who
me say
cares
that
who
in
does
there.
it?
Yes, if you look at all the state that has black in, check the economy of that state. Look who runs that state. What is it run by? Democrats, Chicago, Baltimore. That is a few of them.
Democrats are Americans. Democrats are in America, so therefore you just admitted that there has been disadvantages by two black people by Democrats who are Americans. You just admitted it.
It is not based off. You asked me if white privilege exists. The answer is white privilege. Because you're born white, that means you're going to not have this or that. It does not exist. No, it does not
You just
exist.
admitted that the Democrats, the boogeyman Democrats,
They're not boogeymen. They
disadvantaged
exist.
the black
Boogeyman
people.
doesn't exist.
No,
60 years
Democrats
ago.
do exist.
they did it.
So
60
boogeyman means doesn't
years
ago.
exist. Just so you know, there
We're
are
talking about
Democrats.
So
today.
you admit that it exists.
60.
I don't think you're comprehending.
He said 60 years.
You're
So,
not
let-
comprehending.
I'm not sure that you are. You said
Listen,
60
bro.
years ago, white people had it better than black people. Over time, there's no more systemic laws that are in place. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What can a white person
Do
do
we
that a black person
disproportionately-
cannot do today in today's America? Name one thing.
Well, black people
Answer the question. Isn't that how this works?
Fucking question. Black people.
Damn. Talk about he ain't mad. Well, to answer your fucking questions. With the disrespect. Getting angry. Uncivilized. He's the type that you gotta watch him. When he gets drunk, you gotta watch it. Guys like this right here, look at Easy's getting mad and cursing, using obscene languages. These type of guys you gotta watch. These are you look like an abusive person. That's why his hostile response over having a simple debate. It's simple.
Well, black people.
Answer the question. Isn't that how this works?
Fucking question. Black people who smoke marijuana, black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rates. Yet a black person is 3 to 4 times more likely
I can
to be
answer
put
that.
in jail for that.
Okay,
And I know the reason why, because yeah, the police are in the urban communities. It's easier to police those communities. Sure.
Because
But that-
actually, I had a girlfriend. I had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a girlfriend who got a DUI.
Just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice,
I
all
love
this stuff.
This is so.
You're
I
a
guys,
joke.
I
You're
love
a
that
joke.
behind me. There's like black people rolling their eyes, but the two white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white
We're the
liberals,
black one.
right?
Are you telling
like,
us?
they know
I'm not a
it's so
liberal.
important
You're a
for
Marxist.
them to sell us our oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're under grace. Just just
Do
say
you
it.
speak
Just
for all
say
black
it. Just
people?
say it. Just say it.
Can you speak for
well,
all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would be
not.
great. Okay.
Mic drop. That's it. Oh my God. You asking a black person black questions and black struggles. What is she supposed to say? This is how dumb he is. That's dumb. And for some reason, they think they smart. No, you're dumb. It's like me being a gang member and you ask me gang members type activities and questions. And then you combating what I'm saying. You're not in the gang. I am. It's like she's black. You asking her black questions. What is she supposed to say? Doesn't matter if she's Republican or Democrat. She's telling you that is facts. You could do research, man. Do research. You have a phone. Internet is right in the palm of your hand. Research. You're pretty much trying to tell her how she should respond as being a black American. Like how? And then you get angry and hostile like you're the right one. It's mind-blowing that these people are so delusional. I mean, it's mind-blowing, but it's scary. It's scary. You can't be... and then he couldn't answer that direct question. And then the other guy came up. It's like, come on, man. Now he's like, I'm not getting angry. I'm not getting upset. But you keep using obscene language, but nobody else. You're the only one that's cursing. He's the only one that's cursing. He's a hothead, man. He's like I said in the video, he's the type of drink. He's a ticking time bomb. You can't have a discussion with people like that. But especially if they're drunk or they're drinking, you cannot have a discussion with them. Those are the type that will do something stupid and crazy. You cannot have, look, right now, you can't have a simple discussion. You're asking questions. She answered, and that it doesn't suit you. No, I don't think, no. Move on to the next, man. Let's keep it moving. Candace, shut up there. That's what I love about Candace, man. Hater or whatever, man. But Candace she always comes with the facts. And she had the last say right there. She comes with the facts. And guess what you can't beat? Facts. Unless you're delusional. You guys give me a take about this in the comments. Candace Owens again. She always comes through. She always prepared for every situation that is in. That's what I love about Candace, man. And Candace, let me say something. Let me just say this before I leave. Candace loves her people. Yes, she does. But a lot of her people love her, and a lot of her people don't. The ones that don't love her because they hate the truth. They hate the reality of the truth. The truth hurts. We all know the truth hurts. So that means you have to suck it up and learn to accept it. Nothing's holding you back from what you could be a little kid and you see little kids in the ghetto. Some of them make it out. Some of them choose to go back. But there's nothing stopping you from doing whatever you want to do in life. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise, man. Until then, you guys give me a take up all this in the comments, man. Peace out. You guys have a blessed day. Let's get it.